Hi, my name is Grace, and this is my video presentation of So You Meet a Hindu. I'm going to be comparing Patel's testimony to Winifred Corden's book, particularly the So You Meet a Hindu section. Corden explains in his book that Hinduism is a very diverse religion. So if somebody tells you that they're Hindu, that doesn't necessarily mean that you know what they believe in and what they practice. She also says in her book that Hinduism is a very inclusive religion, so if you tell a Hindu about Jesus, they might be ready to add that to the list of their gods. But Christianity isn't a works-based salvation, which is very different to Hinduism, so this might clash with their theology. This was shown in Patel's testimony because as a Hindu priest, he completely gave himself to practices and rituals that eventually just left him feeling distant from God and even empty. And this lines up with what Corden was saying about Hinduism doesn't really address a way that deals with sin properly, basically. Deities and gurus may inspire some kind of devotion, but they don't eliminate or improve a true relationship with God. One thing that Patel shares in his testimony that Corden doesn't really go over is the emotional distress and pressure that comes with feeling the need to perform every single day. For Patel, it seemed like religion became this endless cycle of duties, and there was no real peace he felt with religion. His turning point in religion is when he met with Christ, and he felt the grace and love of Jesus, and Jesus seemed to offer him these things instead of rituals or performance. Corden's observation is that many Hindus are actually drawn to the love of Christ. Hindus are also drawn to Christianity when they experience fear from religious obligations. If I was talking to somebody who was on a journey like Patel, I would start by listening and respecting their story. I wouldn't try to tear down their beliefs, but I would also share how Christianity is very different. It's not about earning God's love by doing these rituals. It's about receiving the grace and the love of God. I would explain that Jesus is the only one who can deal with the real problems of sin. And I would also say that his death and resurrection on the cross give us eternal life and let us be reconciled with our God. I would also say that being a follower of Christ brings so much freedom and peace. Freedom from fear, freedom from striving, and also the joy of knowing God personally. My hope is that they see Jesus as not just another spiritual figure, but that they know Jesus personally and that they feel his love.